Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it, the fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing, Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the man. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win.
And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes. And the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Folk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won Baseball World Championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same three criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America you get in a ballpark. And it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
People will come. They come for reasons they can't even fathom. Not knowing for sure why they're doing it. They'll arrive at your door, as innocent as children, longing for the past. They sit in shirt sleeves on a perfect afternoon. They have reserved seats somewhere along one of the baselines. That when they were children, cheered their heroes. It'll be as if they'd dipped themselves in magic waters. The memories will be so thick that I've brushed them away from their faces. People will come. The one constant through all the years has been baseball. America has rolled by like an army of steamrollers. Been erased like a blackboard. Rebuilt and erased again. Baseball is a mark of time. This field, this game, it's a part of our past. It reminds us of all that once was good. That could be again. Oh, people will come. People will most definitely come.
We're all told at some point in time we can no longer play the children's game. We just don't know when that's going to be. Some of us are told at 18, some of us are told at 40. But we're all told.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary, and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season, and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have. And the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Braves coming. If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is.
I never heard of half of these guys. And the ones I do know are way past their prime.
Most of these guys never had a prime.
This guy here is dead.
Cross him off, then.
The local press seems to think we'd save everyone a lot of time and trouble if we just went out and shot ourselves.
We got uniforms and everything.
You know, you might think about taking Jesus Christ as your savior instead of fooling around with all this stuff. I like him very much. He no help with curveball.
You trying to say Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball?
But I'll tell you, these fans are great. Listen to them. Hey, way to go, Rick. All of Ohio loves you. Come on, baby. Come on, Ricky. Come on, Ricky.
The game doesn't stink. It's a great game.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We direct your attention now to home plate. Please remain standing. We call your attention to our band here today. They will be jointly directed. And now, another fixture. Our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce today's teams as participants in this historic game.
Play ball!
Brooklyn, 1846. In our sundown perambulations of late, through the outer parts of Brooklyn, we have observed several parties of youngsters playing base, a certain game of ball. Let us go forth a while and get better air in our lungs. Let us leave our close rooms. The game of ball is glorious.
It is played everywhere. In parks and playgrounds and prison yards, in back alleys and farmers' fields, by small boys and old men, raw amateurs and millionaire professionals. It is a leisurely game that demands blinding speed. The only game in which the defense has the ball. It follows the season, the fond expectancy of springtime and ending with the hard facts of autumn.
Because we've been playing it fundamentally the same way for so long, the way that we can find the benchmarks that cross generations and cross decades is to be able to use these statistics as if they were labels. They aren't numbers. 300 hitter is not a number. The 300 hitter is a tag that means something today, as it did in 1930, as it did in 1890. I can make that comparison with my father, who could have made it with his father, that common language.
It's our game, America's game.
We'd spit tobacco juice on a spike wound, rub dirt in it, and get out there and play.
Baseball's a gentleman's sport. Sportsmanship spoke from the heart of America.
It is a haunted game in which every player is measured against the ghosts of all who have gone before. Most of all, it is about time and timelessness, speed and grace, failure and loss, imperishable hope, and coming home.
Somebody sat down and said, hey, it ought to be 90 feet. If it were 88 feet, the game would be very different. Think of the double plays. If it were 94 feet, batting averages would drop remarkably. 90 feet, that was a pick from heaven.
This is a reminder. Disorderly conduct will not be tolerated. Please respect your fellow fan and refrain from any unruly behavior. Failure to comply with these guidelines will result in ejection.
Baseball serves the same purpose as a revolution in Central America or a thunderstorm on a hot day. A tonic, an exercise. So long as it remains our national game, America will abide no monarchy, and anarchy will be too slow.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
Ladies and gentlemen, the flash in the sky was visible within a radius of several hundred miles, and the noise of the impact was heard as far north as Chicago, Illinois. We have dispatched a special mobile unit to the scene, and we'll have our commentator give you a word picture of the scene as soon as he can reach there.
Reports observing several explosions occurring at regular intervals and moving toward the Earth with enormous velocity, like a jet of blue flame shot from a gun.
Crosley service estimated that 32 million people were listening in on radios.
Quietly, and we will control all that you see and hear. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the inner mind to
the BCR, your home for the classic call, radio baseball.
Hi, folks. Join us now for another ball game. Yes, sir. Why, we'll send you the play-by-play. This is the one we've been waiting for. This is it. This makes you feel like it's spring and baseball, no more measles, and free tickets to the circus.
Although edited, tonight's thriller contains suspense and violence which may be unsuitable. Parental discretion is advised.
2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate?
Braves come.
Welcome, y'all. Good to see everybody in the chat. We're just moments. I was a little worried about the weather, I'm not going to lie. I thought we might get a delay, but it looks like it's going to be okay. It looks like it's just going to miss the stadium. For those of y'all who like to play the ponies, the wind is blowing in. That's why the over-under is 7.5, so take that into consideration. Just about set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play. Wait for the 3D to kick in. We'll put it on the screen. Ball is flown out to left center field, making the catch out there is PCA. 1 up, 1 down. Weatherholt was the batter. And we are going to get it. It looks like we finally got it rolling. Had a couple of false starts. Y'all have been with this before. You know that happens from time to time with this technology that they use. There we go. So 1 up, 1 down as we kill the... There it is. Righty-righty matchup, Herrera. Ivan Herrera batting .249, 13 home runs on the year. Open stance from the right side. Infield back into the left, and the first pitch off of that 0-1 is upstairs. It's 0-2. I think we're pretty close to having it synced up. We'll continue to monitor it as it goes along. The 0-2 count. Clay Holmes kicks and fires, swing, chops it back up the middle. And it's going to be a ground out. 1-3, and two down quickly here in the top of the first inning. Game 1 of the series here between the Cubs and the Cardinals. Last time we'll see the Cubs and Cardinals here on the BCR, I believe, on our Friday Wrigley series. I know that's for a fact. Weirdly, we only have 2 more of these. I think it's the Reds on the 14th, and then in September they played the Pirates. I believe that's actually the 25th anniversary of 9/11. 1-0 count. Swung on. Lifted down the left field line. That ball's going to be hit out of play. 1-1. .72 degrees here in Wrigley Field. The wind's blowing in, like I said, about 10 miles an hour they're expecting. I was looking at the winds at Wrigley site, and then also the 1-1 outside wide, 2-1. And you can usually gauge it pretty well from the flags, and it does appear that that is so. With little cooler temperatures and the wind blowing in, that's why your over-under is 7.5. The 2-1 pitch, swing, lifts it high into left field, and underneath it is Ian Happ, and that'll end the inning. So a really quick first inning. We'll be back in a flash. 0-0 your score. Cubbies come to the plate when we return.
What's your type?
6 foot, money, Mexican, well-mannered.
Where the do you find a 6-foot Mexican?
Italian food.
What?
You once asked what I wanted for dinner. The answer is Italian food. And maybe it's weird to meet a girl who doesn't care about carbs, and my answer to that is it's nice to meet you.
Do you want to do Uber Eats or not?
Maybe I'm a mess. Maybe I'm a dork. Maybe I forgot to pick up our kids from daycare. But guess what? I'm your mess. I'm your dork. I'm your forgotten.
I'm sorry, where are the kids?
And that's what I love about you. You don't care. I just said it. I love you. I love you.
I love you too, but are you gonna pick up the boys from daycare?
Trader Joe's.
What?
We had just walked out of the parking lot. I said, we have to go back in. We forgot the dark chocolate covered peanut butter cups. And then you pulled them out of your bag. You would remember them. That's when I fell in love with you.
That was last week.
So it's too soon. I moved too fast. Yeah.
We've been married for 7 years.
Well, maybe you're scared, but I'm not.
First base umpire is Dinkinger, American League.
The people in St. Louis to this day still think it was Game 7 because they think they lost the World Series on that call. They still dropped a pop-up that inning.
And Clark doesn't know where he is.
They still had a pass ball.
That gets away from Porter, and the runners move up.
And they still blame that on Dankinger.
And that's a looper hitting the right field for a base hit. Here comes Sunburn. Here's the throw. He scores. We go to a 7.
What's up, Braves country? Looking forward to a great Atlanta Braves season. See y'all at the ballpark. Love y'all.
0-0 your scores. We go to the bottom of the first inning. We got a chance to go over the lineups now, as that was kind of a bumpy entrance, per usual with the Applecast, but that's all right. It happens. Lefty-lefty matchup. Liberatore goes to work. The first pitch on the way from the southpaw. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1. It'll be Pete Crow Armstrong, followed by Suzuki, Bregman, and Bush. Suzuki is the designated hitter today, the 0-1 pitch. Swing, pops it up. And that should be easily playable. It is. F7 in your scorecard, 1 away. For the Cardinals on the defensive front, left to right across the outfield, Furman, Church, and Walker. Around the horn, third to first, Prieto, Wynn, Weatherholt, and Burleson. Herrera behind the plate, and Liberatore is on the hill. Seiya Suzuki batting .271 on the year. 20 home runs, first pitch outside wide. It's 1-0. After Michael Busch, it's Nico Horner batting 5th, Kelly batting 6th, Happ 7th, Taylor 8th, and Dansby Swanson is batting 9th. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. It's 1-1. The 1-1 count. Pitch on the way. Down and in. Did he go around? Check swing. Did not. Ball 2-1. Your home plate umpire is Paul Clemens. First base, Mark Wegner. Second base manned by Nate Tomlinson. And down the third base line, it's Steven Jasinski. The 2-1 pitch. Swing. Hit hard on the ground over to third, but right there is Prieto. He'll flip it to Burleson. And there's 2 down. 0-0 your score. Just getting going here. Bottom of the first inning. Lefty-righty matchup as Alex Bregman comes to the plate, and the first pitch. Outside high, it's 1-0. 1-0. Kicks and fires. Swing, fouls it back. 1-1. There was a little bit of a rain front that was coming through the area, but it missed south, and there's not much until the evening heading in, so we should be able to get 9 in. The 1-1. Check, swing below the knees. You go around. He did not. Ball 2-1. Good to see you, Richard Talley, Thane, James Ray, Nathaniel Brooks, my man. Pitch on the way is a 2-1, misses it down and in. Ball 3-1. There's a Tim Panel. Good to see you. OG Timmy. I know there's a second one that wanders around in here sometimes. The 3-1 count upstairs, top corner. Taking it all the way is Bregman, and it's a full count. The payoff pitch, swing! Knocks it down the line, foul. Plenty foul, a little bit behind that one. I know we saw Rebecca in here earlier. Anyone else dropping in? Drop us a line. I know a lot of y'all are trying to look busy at work, so I get that you don't chat a whole bunch during these day games. The payoff pitch, swing and pops it up into the upper deck over the third base dugout. We'll do it again. Liberatore just at 13 pitches, so this long at bat's not really affecting him. But this will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. The payoff pitch once again. Libby brings it, swing, pops it up, and high but shallow left field, racing in to make the catch is Furman, and that'll end the inning. 3 up, 3 down. We'll go to the top of the second. Cardinals grab the sticks when we return on the BCR Radio Network.
I just want to say to the school teacher that said I wouldn't turn out to be any more than a construction worker and an alcoholic, man, you, that was a lucky guess.
Girl come downstairs, she come out her apartment with her baby with no shoes on. I said, oh, girl, it's cold outside. She said, something ain't right. I said, oh, man. She said, oh, man, the building is on fire. I said, no, what? I got my 3 kids and we bounced out. We ain't gonna be in no fire, not today.
Major League Baseball banned the 2 fans indefinitely who interfered with Mookie Betts in the World Series. What are your thoughts? Do you think it's too harsh?
Believe it or not, we use the word cancer as a medical diagnosis because Hippocrates thought the tumors looked like crabs. In 1937, a man tried to find seats for himself and his wife on the Hindenburg, but there were none available next to each other. They took a plane home instead. 2 years later, the man, Martin Goodman, went on to create Marvel Comics. Daniel Day-Lewis, on receiving his 2008 Oscar presented by Helen Mirren, who won an Oscar for playing the Queen, said, "That's the closest I'll come to ever getting a knighthood." He was knighted 6 years later.
I just did my own taxes. I got online and used some kind of turbo quicken thing, and I'm going to get a lot back. But I may be in jail by next week.
I think we played 174 ball games this year. That's the first time we got beat in the 9th inning. I thought the guy was out at first base. I'm pretty perturbed about that call.
For crying out loud, St. Louis, and I have friends that live in St. Louis. Don Dankinger, he made a bad call. Made a bad call. If they call him out, we still might have won the game. You don't know. That was game 6.
We're not dead yet!
One more time, baby, one more time.
Come out and play game 7.
1 minute I'm on the road looking at the bushes. Next minute I'm in the bushes looking at the road.
Welcome back. 0-0 your score as we head to the top of the 2nd inning. Someone was asking about Chris Sale. He did get an extra day of rest, per se. First pitch on the way. It's upstairs. Called for a strike. Clay Holmes on the hill. It's 0-1. Jordan Walker, the batter. 23 home runs on the year. 84 ribbies. 832 OPS. The 0-1 pitch. Swing, pops it up. High into center field. Underneath it. Making the easy catch out there is PCA. F8, 1 away. Don't believe we got into this in the first inning like we normally do, but left to right across the outfield, Ian Happ, Pete Crow Armstrong, PCA, or Tyrone Taylor. And around the horn, third to first, Bregman, Dansby, Horner, and Bush. Kelly behind the plate, and Taylor, who came over from the Mets with Clay Holmes. Clay Holmes is on the hill. Pitch right there for a strike. It's 0-1. He spent most of this year on the IL, so they brought him over. Though he was coming off injury, you're still looking at a fairly fresh arm. If you're looking at total innings put on him, it's extremely fresh. Is the 1-1 outside wide. What's Thames asking for? 1-1 outside wide, 2-1. Yeah, I didn't catch their game yesterday. I was busy. Honest Engine, I was busy enjoying a day off. I don't get many of them in the summer. The 2-1 pitch, swing, pops it up, deep into left field. Underneath it, making the catch out there is Ian Happ, and there's 2 down. Got to see some family in the morning, and then went out and drank a few beers with a buddy of mine that I haven't seen much at all this year, and we live very close to each other. We're just busy. And we went out and threw a few back as the first pitch outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. They had the NFL preseason games on the TV. I don't even know if I paid attention to a play, but it was nice to be out and technically watching football. It's the 1-0. Down and away, 2-0. Ironically, I would have been able to see games I wanted to see if I stayed at home because I have access to all of it. And there was 4 games last night? The only one they had was the NFL Network one, the Pittsburgh Green Bay game. 3-0 pitch inside. Hope y'all enjoyed the day off with Braves going back to it. We only get 2 more days off this month. Is the pitch upstairs 3-1? Or excuse me, yesterday was this 2. We get 1 more day off this month. That's because the 2 makeup rainouts. The Braves' next day off is August 24th. They have a rainout makeup with the White Sox is a 3-1 upstairs. 3-2. That's going to be next week. When we leave Minnesota on the Monday through Wednesday series, we stop off in Chicago. Is a 3-2 swing and a miss, strike 3. Man, he chased a wild one off the plate. Bat at bat there for win. We'll go to the bottom of the second. 0-0 your score. Just getting going here in Wrigley.
Okay, not to exaggerate, but I feel like I'm already tired tomorrow.
Here are some baseball facts that you might not have known. For those who don't know, normal human eyesight is 20/20 vision. A research study found that the average baseball player has 20/13 vision, with the top 2% of MLB players having 29.2 vision. That means that some baseball players have vision that's more than twice as good as the normal human.
Okay, few rules. 1, no smoking. Cigarettes or drugs? Both. Oh, come on. How long does this class even last? Like an hour. What? All right, I'll smoke in the car before we go in. 2, no swearing. Are you me? Ralph. Are you crapping me? 3, no knives. What if there's an attack? It's a bunch of children and mothers in a pool. That's exactly when I would attack.
Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Damn it, Gump. Give me one margarita, I'm open my legs.
But you ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Dan.
For nearly 20 years, a vaudeville comedian and baseball fanatic named DeWolf Hopper had been reciting a lengthy poem by Ernest Lawrence Thayer called Casey at the Bat, a ballad of the Republic. He had first tried it out on a Broadway audience in 1888 and gotten such applause that he kept it in the act. He would go on to recite the poem more than 10,000 times.
Locked up in a tight one. 0-0 your score. No hits, no errors, no base runners so far. Other package. I don't believe so, Charlie. I'll have to look. Make sure that it wasn't dropped in the mailbox. I didn't check the mailbox yesterday, but I didn't see anything. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch inside, first strike, it's 0-1. There was something that came in yesterday, but I'm pretty sure that came from Amazon, but I'll double check here. The 0-1 pitch. Curveball down and away. Teardrop misses. 1-1. 1-1 count. Check swing went around. Jeez. You talk about these Apple games are terrible. For those of y'all who are just listening, you're not following along at home, they're in the middle of an interview with Gausman as the 1-2 pitch swing lifts it high and deep into center. Underneath it, making the catch out there is Church, F8. 1 away. In the middle of them interviewing Gausman, So they've already shrunk the screen, right? They turn you the side view during the pitch from like basically a camera from the dugout. First pitch down and away. Misses for a ball. It's 1-0. So the only way I called that was because I have 2 3Ds going. One of them is so that we can see the entire field, and I kind of pieced it together by scanning both. It was ridiculous. Like, who the hell can see what's going on? But they want to make sure that you see Gausman. He's taking up half the screen. The 1-0 right there on the outer edge, 1-1. Just goes to show you that these people that run the sports departments at Netflix, Apple, etc., they're not real sports fans, so they don't know what the hell they're doing. 1-1 pitch, swing. Chops it off the ground, 1-2. Showed it at the door yesterday. All right, I'll have to check, Charlie. We were running around yesterday, so I know I haven't opened anything, so I'll have to check. The 1-2 pitch. Outside, high and wide, 2-2. That might be the thing that's in the... I thought we were getting it. I thought that package was Amazon, but maybe it's not. The 2-2. Swing. And we'll do it again. Nothing, your score. Brings it. Excuse me. Outside wide, and it's a full count. The payoff pitch. Swing, punches it down over on the right side of the infield, making a very close play by hustling out was Horner, but they'll get him barely. It's a 3-1 put out as Burleson was stuck in no man's land halfway between first and second. So covering the bag was Liberatore, and man, that is so close. They may take a look at this. He was putting his foot down. Lord, that's close. Doesn't look like they challenged. Yeah, he's safe. They did not challenge, but he's safe. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch upstairs to Carson Kelly. It's 0-1, but nonetheless, it is 1 out. That's just a bad job by the Cubs dugout not paying attention to that. I don't know if they're engrossed in this stupid interview that's still going on with Gausman. It's the 0-1. Misses high, 1-1. But someone has convinced these people that run these networks that people are more interested in seeing the players talk on screen than the actual game itself. And I feel like they're just not baseball people. They don't understand what's going on in the game. The 0-1 misses outside wide, 1-1. Every once in a while I'll see it with the producer who's doing a good job because the player's picture will be like in the corner, small. I get it. You want to give them their 15 seconds of fame is the 1-1 pitch. Upstairs, 1-2. But, I mean, this goes for all sports. Keep the camera on the action. The wind almost looks like it's starting to whip out. So if you jump on I saw that the over-under went down to 6.5. The 2-2, down and away, 3-2. It's pushing out to left center field right now. It's kind of whipping around, but the payoff pitch, swing, punches it back foul. But yet, someone was asking about Chris Sale. He is pitching tonight, or that's what's planned. Well, remember they got an extra day off with the day off, so they're building that in But yes, expect. So there's something interesting going on with the Braves rotation that could happen next week. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike three. That'll end the inning. If I forget, remind me to tell you about that when we return. Saw something that I think we're going to get some good news in the very near future. Nothing, your score. Third inning we go.
If we are ever in a don't laugh situation, don't even glance at me.
Okay, so you guys keep asking me, what was it about my wife that attracted me the most? I'll tell you, I fell in love the moment she told me that she was bi.
Bye, you wrong. I never said that to you.
Of course, I found out later she meant polar, but that's... Oh, it's a condition! It's a condition!
I don't need to be a scientist. I could just look like one. So I bought these.
Glasses? I really don't think that's going to change. Oh, my God.
I know, right?
Believe it or not, American mathematical scientist George Dantzig was once late to class when in college and solved two famously unsolved statistics problems because he thought they were homework.
Bro, if you pour ice water on a hot dog, does it become a chili dog?
No, don't tell me he's at it again.
Dude, you technically have 2 minutes to live, but every time you breathe, it restarts the timer. Sorry. Taxes are just a yearly subscription to the country that you live in. Childhood is the free trial. Sorry. Bro, your eraser slowly dies because of your mistakes. Sorry. Bro, the number of people older than you will never increase.
I can't help it that I'm custom made. I can't help it that I look good, smell good, can dance all night long. I can't help it.
That's all you had to do was play Game 7.
And the pitcher's again drilled to left field, hooking down the line, and a 2-0 lead. 3-0 Royals, exit 8-0. They're in double figures, and it's 11-0 as this massacre goes on.
You didn't show up for Game 7, you lost 11-0. Suck on it.
It's over right away, so they knew they were going to win.
This Kansas City team and their fans are ready to start celebrating.
Welcome back. Charlie, I don't see it, but I'll have to look and make sure that well, I don't, if it came in yesterday, I don't know how that's possible. But I'll take a look at it in between games. First pitch on the way is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Nothing, your score, top of the third. The 0-1. Right there for a strike, it's 0-2. And once again, the wind is blowing in a day game in Wrigley as it continues to whip around. Your human nature has you swinging for the fences. Well, that's not going to happen with the wind blowing in, so you almost have to take a Punch and Judy approach. The 0-2 outside wide, 1-2. I know that's not normal in today's baseball, but that wind's blowing in, and that's one of the things I think that they've always struggled with in later in the season is the 1-2 outside wide 2-2, along with early in the season is scoring runs in Wrigley. But you have to build your team to the friendly confines because, I mean, if you're not taking advantage of that as the 2-2 pitch swing lifted high and deep into left field, wind will knock it down, F7 in your scorecard, one away. But I think they did a great job of, it's a flat package, a large envelope. Okay, that'll help and you're saying it came in yesterday, so if it came in, I just checked the mailbox too, so it wasn't in the mailbox, I don't believe. I didn't see anything like that. Righty-righty matchup, first pitch on the way, down and away, it's 1-0. Jose Furman, the batter. Swing, chops it down the line, foul. 1. 1-1 count. Turns and kicks. Right there, drops it in. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down. I'll tell you what is distracting that I don't like about the Apple Cast as well. If you're watching at home, their score bug keeps 2 dots, and I know what it's for. It's for their ABS. But man, that's distracting because you're looking at it and you're thinking that those are outs. They have 2 other dots in the center, but they got to come up with something better than that. That's terrible. First pitch down and in for a ball to Cesar Prieto, batting .036 and an .071 OPS. He just came up as the 1-0 right there at the knees. 1-1. 1-1 count. See how many at-bats he has coming into today. 28 at-bats, but I mean, that's not going to keep you around long. Hitting like that. Who do you think you are? Hassan Kim, the 1-1 pitch swing. Chops it on the ground, backhanded by Dansby. A sliding stop, flips it to first, and we'll go to break. When we come back, the Cubs grab the sticks in a 0-0 ball game on a Wrigley Friday.
Hey, check it out. A snow cone machine.
A snow cone machine?
No, you're saying it wrong. It's a snow cone machine.
I just found your old milkshake machine.
Oh, we're going to have to move the toaster.
Hey, Braves Country, I'm Mac McGee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball.
Why is the dog on the counter?
He likes to be tall.
Here are some baseball facts that you might not have known. Joey Votto is one of the most patient, disciplined players in the game, and he could be a future Hall of Famer. He also has a ridiculously low pop-up rate over his career, which is at about 2%.
Between seasons, baseball's brightest stars supplemented their salaries on the vaudeville circuit. Outfielder Turkey Mike Donlin of the New York Giants married an actress and performed with her on tour. Cap Anson recited a monologue written for him by George M. Cohan. Even Christy Mathewson once played the Palace.
John McGraw, who had no act, he didn't sing, he didn't dance, not that the other players necessarily did, but they tried. John McGraw would go on the vaudeville circuit in the off-season and simply be John McGraw. He would recite, he would answer questions. It was a sort of a Chautauqua form in a low-life territory.
Nothing, your score, bottom of the third. Haven't found a manila envelope yet, Charlie, but I'll take a better precise look during the break. I've been running around in between breaks. I'll take a better look in between games. First pitch, swing and a miss. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Infield back into the left. Nothing, your score. The pitch high and out of the zone. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Right there on the outer edge, 1-2. Brings it. Swing. Slaps it back foul. We'll do it again. The 1-2 swing and ball gets away, strike three. It's going to be a tough play. Throws it to first. Good grab and flip by Herrera. He gets a high five from one of his managers over there. Coming out of the dugout. One away. The ball kicked. Lefty-righty matchup now. Tyrone Taylor, your batter, first pitch. Fouls it back, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Misses outside wide, 1-1. Cubs come in 71-51 today, 20 games over 500, 35-24 at home. The Cardinals 61-60 and 29-26 on the road. The 1-1's fouled back, it's 1-2. Wind's really starting to pick up. And it's more blowing out to left than what was previously. I'd say that's 15, maybe even 20 miles an hour. The 1-2 pitch, swing. Taylor knocks it over the dugout, first base side. We'll do it again. Dansby Swanson stands on deck. The 1-2 pitch outside. 2-2. What's this guy coming in here trying to put the jinx on old freaking Acuna? The 2-2 count. Swing, rolls it on the ground over to short. Mason Wynn, very good arm, will fire it to first, and Taylor's down. 2 away. Two up, 2 down. Dansby Swanson, your batter. First pitch is a cement mixer, but way off the plate, it's 1-0. Dansby Swanson batting .215 on the year. He does have 18 home runs and an OPS above 700. The 1-0 swing and a miss, 1-1. And he's basically having an Austin Riley year. The 1-1 pitch. Check swing in the dirt. 1-2. Wind continues to blow in. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Blew it right by him, 94 up top, and that'll end the inning. We got a couple perfectos going on as we head to the 4th here in Wrigley.
I said, if you want to live to see tomorrow, you better start frying them eggs a little bit better than what you're frying. I'm tired of eating sloppy, slimy eggs.
Are oranges named oranges because oranges are orange? Or is orange named orange because oranges are orange?
Did you seriously just say orange 8 times in one sentence and it actually makes sense?
Bro, what happens to the car if you press the brake and the accelerator at the same time? Does it take a screenshot? Dude, if we have watermelon, shouldn't we also have fire melon, earth melon, and air melon? The Ella melons.
Really? He's the favorite?
There she is. You guys have no idea how lucky I am that I'm married to her. Oh, hey.
What are you looking at?
I was watching you. You were coming up.
Dude, you have a problem? You're like a creep.
Oh, I miss you. Of course you do. It's me.
I think George, having gone through everything he had gone through, he understood the moment in a way that certainly the young guys did not. This was not, hey, the first of many. This was the crescendo moment.
There's 2 outs in the top of the 9th inning, and I go up to Brett and I said, hey, look, this guy's going to make the last out of the game, and don't go running all over the place, because I said, I've been through this a lot and never won, and I want to be the first one on the mound to congratulate you.
To Motley for the title.
There's a moment I'll never forget.
You know, I just saw on the news where they said people ought to check on the elderly. Well, I get up about 6 or 6:30. You can bring donuts.
Welcome back. 0-0 your score here in Wrigley Field. First pitch on the way. And Clay Holmes misses outside for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Turns and kicks. Teardrop at the knees, 1-1. 1-1 count. Swing. Pops it back foul. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch from Clay Holmes. Swing. Chops it on the ground over to short. Dansby Swanson's got it. He'll flip it to first. A 6-3 put out to start the fourth. Ivan Herrera, the number 2 hitter for the Cardinals, comes to the plate. Batting .249, 13 home runs, 51 ribbies, 749 OPS. Open stance from the right side. And the first pitch on the way is swung on and chopped over towards first. That'll be 1 pitch, 1 out, a 3-1 put out with Holmes covering the bag. 2 quick outs here in the fourth. Righty lefty Alec Burleson, the number 3 hitter. First pitch is right there. Dropped a curve there at the bottom of the zone. It's 0-1. Burleson with 19 home runs on the year and 84 RBI, 835 OPS. Very good year for the Cardinal first baseman as the 0-1. Punches it over the dugout. It's 0-2. I don't know if y'all saw it this morning, but Mangione pled guilty as the 0-2 outside wide 1-2. It was interesting. There wasn't any kind of a plea deal, but he pled guilty to all charges. The 1-2 pitch, swing, ropes it over towards first. It's going to go just foul and past the glove of Michael Bush. 1-2. I guess I watched too much Law and Order. I was just expecting there was some kind of a plea deal, man. I was like, wait, what? The 1-2 count just misses. Too close to challenge. It probably missed the zone, but it was very, very close. Sixth pitch of the at-bat. Holmes comes set. Swing and rolls it over to first. Good sliding grab over there by Michael Bush. He'll flip it to Holmes covering the bag, and once again, the ball doesn't leave the infield. We'll be back in a flash. Top of the fifth we go. Bottom of the fourth we go. In a scoreless tie here in Wrigley.
You know that thing that's in your head that tells you when it's time to stop talking? Where do you get those?
Here are some baseball facts that you might not have known. Gene Autry was a man born in 1907 who you might know as the singer of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. On top of being a singer, an actor, and a soldier, Autry was also a fan of baseball. In fact, the man who sang Rudolph was also the man who founded the Angels. Who do you think is the player with the most Gold Glove awards? You might think of guys like Ozzie Smith, Brooks Robinson, or Willie Mays. But the actual answer is Greg Maddux with 18 Gold Gloves.
Is tomorrow Friday?
Yeah, why?
Because I think I'm gonna get a little loose-goose. But more loose than the goose. Because the goose be violent.
Hey Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Y'all always want to say, get your lick back, get your lick back, get your lick back. If I get my lick back, I'm going to jail.
One summer day in 1908, a popular vaudeville entertainer named Jack Norworth boarded a Manhattan train and saw an advertisement that read, "Baseball Today, Polo Grounds." He had never been to a professional game, but by the time he reached his stop, he had written out the lyrics for a song about baseball. When Norworth introduced the song in his act at the Amphion Theater in Brooklyn, it fell flat. But when Nickelodeon audiences were encouraged to sing along with lantern slides, it became a nationwide hit.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio. Please like and subscribe today. Nothing, your score, bottom of the fourth inning. And the first pitch start us off. PCA, we're back to the top of the order. It's a swing and a miss, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Both teams have a perfect game going. The 0-1 down and away, 1-1. So 1-1 count, which is why it's moved pretty quickly. We're already in the bottom of the fourth, the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2. I haven't checked, but I hope Apple does not have any postseason games. There's a good chance they do. Them and Netflix, man. Hard pass. That's why I didn't even worry about watching the Field of Dreams game last night. We went out there and caught some went up to the local sports bar, and the 1-2 pitch is in the dirt, 2-2. And at first I thought about asking if I was like, I don't care, because first of all, it's Philly. they're probably going to beat Minnesota because of the pitching matchup, and it ended up being a blowout. It would have been cool to watch as far as like the pregame stuff, just because it's Field of Dreams. And then I got to think, I was like, man, there's no telling what kind of disaster they're going to put on for a baseball game. Is the 2-2 outside wide 3-2. We had them last. I guess they were the. I guess the only other game that we've done with them is was the season opener that they did with the Yankees and Giants. The payoff pitch, swing, chopped on the ground, into the hole, backhanded by Wynn, fires a 6-hopper into the glove of Burleson, and smoke him if you got him, because he got him. Wow. PCA, who was busting it down the line, from the naked eye, it looked like he is out. I just can't believe it, because PCA, with his speed, I exaggerated with the 6-hopper. It was more of like a hard 2-hopper. But the ball bounced. The first bounce took place just past second base. He was just zinging it. He didn't care about accuracy because he knew that PCA was running. First pitch on the way is right there on the knees at the strike. Curveball dropping in. It's 0-1. Suzuki, your batter. The 0-1 pitch in the dirt. 1-1. Bregman standing on deck. Pitch right there. 1-2. Liberatore sitting at 56 pitches, so he's pretty much on the mark where he wants to be. And Clay Holmes has had a very low pitch count so far. Through 4 innings, he's thrown 44. The 1-2. Swing, whistles it up the middle. Another great backhanded stab over there at second base. High throw, but Burleson's able to find the bag. 2 down. So a couple of hard shots up the middle. That time Weatherholt flashing the leather. Ball is smoked over the head of Liberatore. And he thought about sticking his glove up. He let it go down because he knew the defense was behind him. But honestly, it's a tough play. If you can make that grab for your Liberatore, you can't rely on the guy behind you over the second base bag, backhanding it. And that pitch is smoked up the middle. Oh, excuse me, they're doing damn replay. It's like, what's going on here? Look like the same play. Lefty-righty matchup, Bregman the batter. First pitch upstairs. Fouls it down the line. It's 1-1. One count. A 0-0 ball game. The 1-1. Teardrop misses high. 2-1. So if you're looking, if either one of these guys could make it all the way through with what's going on right now, Holmes, I just don't know if they're going to send him out there 9 times because he's coming off that injury. And then Liberatore, his pitch count seems like it's going to be a little too high. So if you get this put together, it's going to be a combo no-no or combo perfecto. And those to me are just not a combo perfecto would be cool, but it's really not that big a deal. The 2-2. Swing, pops it up. High in the sky. Into right field. Jordan Walker's underneath it, and that'll end the inning. Cubbies nothing, Cardinals nothing. We go to the top of the 5th. Here in Wrigley on a Friday.
At the tone, leave your name and message. I'll get back to you.
Just a drink. A martini, shaken, not stirred.
How are you doing?
told you we weren't getting involved.
You got us involved when you brought us here.
Where are you from? What's your real name? What was it before you changed it?
Giuseppe.
That's all you need, one thieving wop on the team.
He's much better than you stinking Irish.
Oh, I like him.
Just a drink.
He can play. He can't throw. He can't throw and he can't field. Why do you like him?
He gets on base.
You want answers! I want the truth!
He gets on base, so do I care if it's a walk or a hit?
You do not.
I do not.
Just a drink.
What draws my admiration? What is that which gives me joy?
Just a drink.
Baseball. A man stands alone at a plate. This is the time for individual achievement. But in the field, part of a team. Part of one big team. Sunny day, stands full of fans. What does he have to say?
Just a drink.
I get nowhere unless the team wins. A day may come when the courage of men fail, but it is not this day.
Just a drink. Yippee-ki-yay, mother. Spaghetti's rolling. I think he'll ever get out of here.
One day, when I got a long white beard and 2 or 3 marbles rolling around upstairs.
Get busy living, get busy dying. Just a drink.
Do you really want to get him? What are you prepared to do? If you open the ball on these people, you must be prepared to go all the way. Here's how you get him. He pulls a knife, you pull a gun. He sends one of yours to the hospital, you send one of his to the morgue. That's the Chicago way.
Just a drink.
The Lord hates a coward. Do you know what a blood oath is? Yes. Good, because you just took.
Just a drink. Go ahead. Make my day.
You can't handle the truth.
Did it ever occur to you I just might go tapioca and throw you out of one of the windows?
Just a drink.
Perfect.
Shaken, not stirred.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Nothing, your score. We go to the top of the 5th. And the first pitch from Clay Holmes to Jordan Walker. Right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Yeah, that's the wrong house, Charlie. That's why. I don't know what the confusion is from their end. You gave the right address, but they dropped it off at the wrong house. That's not our front door. The 1-1 count. Swing, chops it on the ground over to short. It's going to be a 6-3 put out. One away. Yeah, that's the right address. I would say contact the courier. Maybe the person will be kind and deliver it, but you know that doesn't happen very often. We try to do it because we've had some, well, it hasn't happened in a while, but we had a house that kept getting their mail sent to us because the people who were dropping it off were just not reading the posts. I mean, the address. Nothing, your score, 1 out. A 1-0 pitch. Swing, rolls it on the ground. Easily over to second base. It's a 4-3 put out, 2 down. Yeah, Tread, I mean, I get it. The 4.5 was going to be tough with the wind blowing in. I've seen it swirl, and maybe it starts pushing out, and you might be able to hit that number later in the game. But you almost need the Cardinals to score because it looks like now, unless they have one big inning, you're going to have them bat in the 9th, right? Righty-righty matchup, first pitch swinging, fouls it back. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Right there, top of the zone, 1-1. 1-1 count. Pitch on the way, or excuse me, 0-2. The 0-2 in the dirt, 1-2. Mason Wynn, like everybody else, is 0 for on the day. Struck out his first time up. The pitch on the way, swing. Rolls it up the middle. Dansby's got it, flips it to first, and we go to the bottom of the 5th. Haven't had a base runner on the base pass today for either side.
Here we go again. I mean, good morning.
So I find myself in the what doesn't kill me, better run era. And just a warning, even I'm a little scared.
You didn't get 110, it's $20, 2 $10 bills. Actually 100. I think the tooth fairy was drinking last night.
I don't know. You know, it seems like bad things are always happening to me. Like I have bad luck or something.
Son, you don't have bad luck. The reason that bad things happen to you is because you're a dumbass.
Here are some baseball facts that you might not have known. When Mickey Mantle was a young prospect, he went to St. Louis to try out for the Browns. But because of his scrawniness and overall unimpressive physical appearance, the Browns didn't even let him on the field. Little did they know, they had just turned away one of the greatest baseball players of all time.
People who long for the good old days before ball players got rich should have been a ball player back then. It was hard. They slept 2 to a bed often in the hotels. In fact, Rube Waddell's bunkmate required Connie Mack to put in his contract that Rube Waddell was not allowed to eat crackers in bed.
One of the crosses that Connie Mack had to bear was Rube Waddell of Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. When he went to sign Rube to his first contract, he was met at the station in Punxsutawney by all the town leaders as he and Rube were about to get on the train. And Mack was terrified that they had come to tell Rube not to sign for so little money, or that they wanted to keep him for the local team. And one of them stepped forward and said, "Mr. Mack, we're here to thank you for getting him off of our hands."
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. 0-0 your score. If you're checking the box score, we go to the bottom of the 5th. That is correct. Nobody has been on base for either side. Lefty-lefty matchup to start off the inning. Michael Bush, the batter. First pitch is a bender at the knees. It's 0-1. Liberatore, who's thrown 63 pitches. That's another thing that's brutal about the Crapplecast is the 0-1. Drops another bender. Buckle in the knees, 0-2. They rarely show the pitch number on screen. They fill the entire thing up with the pitch clock and a bunch of other nonsense like the ABS challenges. The 0-2 pitch in the dirt, 1-2. They'll flash it up there for just a split second, but then they go back to counting down when they first came up with the pitch clock, I thought you would want to see it all. You don't really need to see it. There's a few stadiums that have it off to the side. You can see it in the corner. I like that. It's the 1-2 misses high, 2-2. But the broadcasts, they don't need to show it until it becomes a situation. The 2-2 count. Caught looking strike 3 and 1 away. Yeah, exactly, Thing. That's what I was saying earlier. You must have dipped out. I just don't think that they're going to give him 9 up downs. It won't be the pitch count. His pitch count is very, very low. But it's his up downs. And they count that nowadays. They didn't used to pay attention to that, but the reason why they do is the first pitch on the way outside wide. It's 0-1. They calculate it in with your pitch count because they're looking at it as every guy throws 8 pitches in between innings. Somewhere in that area. Some of them throw less. But 8. We'll just say 8. So when you see a guy throw 100 pitches, the 0-1 pitch down and in. 1-1. He's really thrown 181 pitches in a 9-inning game. Now, no one's ever paid attention to that number, but they started paying attention to it in the analytics department. It says the 1-1 pitch. That ball's going to drop down, and the no-no is broken up on one side. We've got base runners, boys. Good Lord. I don't have a rooting interest in this game, but I want to see some offense. Yeah, switch the, I don't know if you're just joining us, but the wind's been blowing in. First pitch there for a strike, it's 0-1. I advise anybody who plays the Ponies, if you're going to bet Wrigley Field, always check wins at Wrigley. They've got a website, and there's also like an X handle, but always check the wins at Wrigley before you, because you just assume summertime, Wrigley Field, that ball's going to fly. The 0-1 pitch is in the dirt, 1-1. But when the wind's blowing in, and it was relatively cool today, what was it, 73 degrees at first pitch? Liberatore knew he had a perfecto going. The look on his face when that ball bled into right field. The 1-1 pitch down and in, 2-1. And, of course, this is the first time we're going to see him coming out of the set position. He's been in the stretch the entire game. The same thing would be said for Holmes if the Cardinals get someone aboard. That's correct, Tom. They are a huge rivalry. The 2-1 count. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Although it's been called over the years one of the friendliest rivalries in baseball, but that's because the cities are so close and you get a lot of Cubs fans going to St. Louis and vice versa. It's one thing I like about the NL Centrals. You got that, and then, of course, you got Milwaukee right up the road is the 2-2. Caught looking, strike 3. 2 down. You've got a lot of fans living in a small area that are diehard about their teams. We don't get that in Atlanta. If you think about it, our biggest rivalry right now is Philadelphia. That is not close by, nor is New York. And then even Miami, it seems like it would be close because it's state to state, but honestly, that's about it's the first pitch on the way, down below the knees. It's 1-0. I mean, you're talking about a 10, 11-hour drive. Ian Happ, good to see you, JC. Tom Fisher, 21, 213. We'll just call it 213. There used to be someone that had a handle similar to that. I think they had a name attached to it. Flips it over to first. So Charlie, hopefully you heard what I said. That's not our house. I don't know where that is, but that's not our house. The 1-0 count. Runner at first dancing back and forth, 2 outs. The pitch upstairs, misses. I would adjourn, but I wouldn't because it's going to take away from Braves country big time. That's why them in St. Louis are fighting that. The 2-0 pitch, swing and a miss, 2-1. What I would like to see is if they give a team to Nashville, put them in the American League so that you don't cut into, because teams can, fans can have two favorite teams. You're eventually going to lose the state of Tennessee over time. It'll become their favorite team. But the early going, you would get. They should. I guess what I'm trying to say, if you're going to put them in the National League, make them wait 20 years. Because eventually you're going to lose those fans because they're going to grow up. Your kids are going to grow up pulling for the Nashville Stars. As the 2-1 misses, ball 3-3, and when the runner goes, and he will be safe. Stolen base there by Nico Horner. The 3-1 count. Swing, pops it up. Out of play. And I did check the address that you put in there, Charlie. It's dead on. What's nuts is that they have a street close by here that has the same name, but the house numbers don't match, right? So anyone who's delivering shouldn't have that confusion, but evidently it happened. I don't know if that was USPS or who delivered that, the payoff pitch. Inside. Caught looking strike 3. I believe he's challenging this. Or is he not? Umpire stepped back like we're getting a challenge. Maybe he's not. We'll be back in a flash. No, he didn't. He didn't challenge it. He just griped.
Leave me alone. I'm a happily married man. There's no way you're happy. You have 2 kids. Your wife is a disaster. I'm going to take matters into my own hands. I will show her this. She will divorce you. You will become my brother forever.
Here are some baseball facts that you might not have known. AL MVP Shohei Ohtani was not only a great hitter in 2021, but also a solid pitcher. A stat to show this is that in high-leverage situations, Ohtani had the highest OPS as a hitter, and he held hitters to the lowest OPS as a pitcher. This means that Shohei was the clutchest hitter and pitcher.
George Edward Rube Waddell may have been the strangest man ever to play in the big leagues. A farmer's son from Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. He possessed a fastball fearsome enough and a curve wicked enough to lead the American League in strikeouts for 6 straight years and to outpitch Cy Young for 20 innings. But it was his personality that most people remembered. He poured ice water on his arm before he pitched because he said otherwise he'd burn up the catcher's glove. And when he won a game, he sometimes turned cartwheels on the mound. He drank too much. The Sporting News called him the Southpaw, and he couldn't quite remember how many women he'd married. Between seasons, Waddell wrestled alligators and toured in a vaudeville melodrama, The Stain of Guilt. On the field, his attention tended to wander. Opponents could break his concentration by holding up puppies or bright, shiny toys. He loved fires, and when a fire bell clanged, he had to be restrained from leaving the game to chase the fire engine. Exasperated teammates and opposing players never knew what he'd do next, but fans loved him.
Welcome back. Clay Holmes goes back to work, and the first pitch is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Sinker to Torres. Furman stands on deck. The 0-1 pitch. Or 1-1, but they're going to challenge that, and that's going to be, yep, they will get the challenge correct. So it's an 0-2 count. They originally had it 1-1. Let's say 75% of that ball hit the zone, the 0-2 pitch. Down and in, 1-2. So 1-2 count. Brian Torres. 221 batter with 4 home runs and a 6.65 OPS. The 1-2 pitch. High and out of the zone. 2-2. Like everybody else except for Nico Horner, he is 0 for on the day. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Chase one off the edge, looked like the sinker. 1 away. What the Cubs did at the deadline, I mean, I thought they had probably definitely the best trade deadline of anybody as far as those that were buying. First pitch on the way upstairs for a strike. Looked a little high, but he won't challenge it. It's 0-1. Jose Furman, the batter. I mean, you brought in Holmes, who's a solid pitcher that you can trust him in the postseason to go through the lineup at least twice. And then, of course, Gausman speaks for himself. I thought adding Tyrone Taylor gives them some athletic ability. I'm talking about when you get to the postseason to be able to put him on for pinch running, and then he's always had a pretty good glove as the 1-1 down and away to him. Clay Holmes is at 61 pitches, but once again, I don't think he'll go deep into the game. Or as deep as we're thinking about is the 2-1 pitch, and that'll end it right there. That's going to be a 2-out single, and his perfect game is broken up. Very similar to the base hit given up by Liberatore off the end of the bat going out to right field. Not a hard hit ball. That one had a little more punch to it, but out in front of the outfielder. So now the no-nos, the perfectos are all out of the way. Now we can get down to the brass tacks of who's going to win this game. Cesar Prieto takes the first pitch in the dirt. It's 1-0. You look at the standings, in case you haven't been paying attention, is the 1-0 outside wide 2-0. Cubs are only 4 back of Milwaukee. I thought Milwaukee was going to run away with it because they normally do, but the Cubs, who have endured 2 losing streaks of 10 games this year, is a 2-0 right there on the outer edge, 2-1. They're only 4 back of Milwaukee, so that is far from over. And if you look at the big picture in the National League, with the wild cards, the St. Louis Cardinals are still hanging around. They're 3 games behind Philadelphia. They do have 2 teams in front of them. One of them, Atlanta, plays tonight, Arizona. Arizona's just a half game behind the Phillies. The 2-1 pitch. Swing, rolls it on the ground over to second. It's going to be a 4-6 put out, 2 down. No way they were going to turn the double play on that. Prato's got pretty good speed. Thane, I wouldn't worry about that. As Red Barber once said, the old broadcaster for the Brooklyn Dodgers, talking about being on jinx players. If I have that ability to jinx somebody, I am extremely underpaid. First pitch on the way is down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. It's funny, if you're a Philly fan and it kind of goes against what you're taught. If you're a Philadelphia Phillies fan, is the 1-0 outside wide 2-0. You're really pulling for the Braves tonight in this weekend because you're so far back in the division. You've got to focus on who's on your tail, nipping at your heels in the wild card. They're only a half game behind. Arizona's only a half game behind Philadelphia. In fact, they're tied in the loss column. The only reason why they're why there's that discrepancy. Philly played yesterday, Arizona did not. Wind is really starting to whip, and it is pushing out towards left field, so we might get some runs after all in this game. The 2-0. Down and in, 3-0. I'd say advantage goes to Chicago with the win because Liberatore on the mound, they put a right-handed heavy offense in there, and that's where the ball's pushing is towards left field. On a pull hitter is the 3-0 right there at the knees, 3-1. So take that for what it's worth if you're thinking about in-game. Line's moving, the 3-1 pitch. Swing. Whistled up the middle, but there's Dansby. Backhands it, flips it to first, and that'll end the inning. 6-3 on the putout. We go to the bottom of the sixth in a scoreless tie here at Wrigley.
Exes be like, but I gave you the world. You gave me depression and a yeast infection. Shut the up.
Here are some baseball facts that you might not have known. There have been 4 times where a player to be named later was themselves. For example, in 2005, John McDonald was traded from the Blue Jays to the Tigers for a player to be named later. 4 months later, the trade was completed when McDonald was reacquired by the Blue Jays as the player to be named later.
Hey Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
I just super daddied my pants.
What?
Shadoodles. I my pants, I think.
You don't have pants on.
Sunday would come and the little park would be packed way before game time. Everybody wanting to see the great Rube Waddell pitch. Nowhere to be found. Manager'd be having a fit. And then just a few minutes before the game time, there'd be a commotion in the grandstand. You'd hear people laughing and yelling, "Here comes Rube! Here comes Rube!" And there he'd come right through the stands. He'd jump down onto the field, cut across the infield, the clubhouse, taking off his shirt as he went. In about 3 minutes, he never wore any underwear. He'd run back out in uniform and yell, "All right, let's get him." Sam Crawford.
Lefty-righty matchup. We go to the bottom of the sixth. 0-0 your score. I remember when they had that, when the Cubs signed Dansby and everybody was up in arms in Braves country. He's the 0-1 down and in 1-1. He was a fan favorite from the area. They'd made a big trade years ago to get him from Arizona. So he was... The fans really liked him, is the short of it. The 1-1 pitch, below the knees. 2-1. And of course, that's right after Freddie Freeman had left to go to the Dodgers. So they were just like, we're not going to sign anyone. We're not going to bring, the sky was falling. And we were doing sports talk on CBS Radio at the time as the 2-1 pitch swing. Chops it foul just past the third baseline. And I told the guys when it happened, I said, man, I'm not brokenhearted about this because I don't think he's going to age well. And the Cubs paid him well over asking price. Dude, we were never going to sign him to the deal that the Cubs signed him to. The 2-2, down and in 3-2. And the Cubs had to make that kind of offer because he wasn't going to leave for anything that was even Steven. But when you look at what the Braves were offering compared to what Dansby got paid from Chicago. 7 years, $177 million. The payoff pitch. Inside, ball 4. And he'll head on down to first. So the average salary was 25.3. He's making 27 this year. The Braves were offering $6 years for 150. Oh, I'm sorry, 5 years for 125. That's what it was. 5 years for 125 is the pitch upstairs for a strike. It's only one. So he was going to get essentially the same AAV, a little north of what his AAV was. And he was getting 2 extra years, getting $50 million extra. And he's going to pay more in Illinois and taxes, all that kind of stuff. So I'm sure that's why that's what is the difference in the dividends on that. But as the flip goes over to first, but when I saw 7 years, 177, I was like, it's not happening, man. We were never in the argument for that, because there's no way AA is going to give an aging shortstop a 7-year deal at that range. The 0-1 down and in, 1-1. And you're starting to see him deteriorate a little bit. I still think he's a pretty darn good shortstop. He's very good defensively. He's got great range. And you're just paying for that and the fact that he is a veteran hitter that come the postseason, he can win you a game or two. The 1-1, throw goes down to second base, and the ball gets away, but it's blocked by Wynn. Second baseman Weatherholt trying to backhand it, went under his glove, and Wynn backing him up will keep him right there, but it is a stolen base. Nobody out. So the runner in scoring position. And you've gotten them on. You've gotten them over to second. Now they're going to try to get, Dansby will try to get Taylor over to third and let PCA get him in. 2-1 count. Lefty, righty. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss over the top. 2-2. Yeah, that had a lot to do with it too, Thane. I mean, but I think that was the excuse that he used when it's all said and done. His wife would have been fine living in Atlanta when you're talking about the difference of $50 million. But that's what it was. It was $52 million because the reports were coming out the Braves had offered 5-125 and they gave 7-177. The 2-2 pitch swing. That ball's going to drop for a base hit. Tyrone Taylor had to go station to station. We weren't sure if that ball was going to stay up or not, but the runners are on the corners. Nobody out. Liberatore starting to come unraveled. He's at 92 pitches. And also, we're about to go through the third time through the order for the Chicago Cubs. Okay, good. Charlie's still in here. Charlie, you don't know what number you did on me about that because I tied one on yesterday. And I was thinking, man, did the package come here? Is it out in the pool? The first pitch down and in, outside wide. Excuse me. It's 1-0. Because when I got back from the sports bar last night, me and the dogs jumped in the pool. Splashed around for a while. I was watching the tail end of the, I guess it was the San Francisco-Tennessee game. And I was checking outside in between breaks. The 1-0 pitch, swing, chops it foul, 1-1. I was like, did I take that thing outside? Is it sitting near the pool? What is going on here? Like, it doesn't make sense because if I would have done that, I think I would have opened it. And I definitely, if I would have seen your name, I definitely would. I don't think I would have opened it near the pool. But I was like, man, what happened last night? See, you had me going, man. The 1-1 swing pops it up. It's going to be a can of corn. Bad at bat here by PCA. It's going to be an F5, and the runners will stay put. 1 down. I thought they might try to send Dansby down to second to get a rundown going on. and see if Taylor could make it home. And if not, they just concede second base. Keeps you out of the double play. Suzuki, the batter. And there's going to be, that's it. We're going to get a pitching change. Marmol is going to go to the pen. We'll be back in a flash. 0-0 game here in Wrigley. Welcome back. 0-0 your score, but the runners are on the corners. His throw goes over to first base. Keep Dansby close by. Runners at the corners, one out. George Soriano, the flamethrower, comes in from the right-hand side, and Suzuki is at the plate. First pitch right there, drops it in for a strike. It's 0-1, went with the slider at 87 miles an hour. About a 10-plus mile an hour difference between that slider and that fastball, so you've got to sit on that fastball. One pitch, runner goes, the throw goes outside, and they will steal second. Thought that's what they might be trying to do, stay out of that double play. So it's a stolen base by Dansby. They threw it down to second and then quickly looked the runner back. He wasn't getting a very good jump there. They didn't have the play set up that I thought they were going to have, where you try to run a pickle down. But he had enough of a lead where if the ball got away, he would score the 1-1 pitch. Inside, 2-1. So he's going four-seamer, which came in at 96. That was the sweeper at 83 and the slider at 87, give you an idea what he's working with today. The 2-1 pitch. Swing, pops it up. High in the sky, deep into left field, going back on the track. Zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lam-a, ding-dong. A 3-run shot. feet over the left field wall. And Suzuki give the Cubs a 3-0 lead. First pitch on the way right there for a strike. It's on 1. That's what I was saying, Tread, was that the wind was starting to blow out that way, and the right-handed batter's going to have the advantage. First pitch right there off the 0-1 is called for a low strike. It's 0-2. Bregman, the batter. Michael Busch is on deck. The 0-2. This is out and away. I bring this up almost every Cubs game I do, especially when they play St. Louis as the 1-2. Misses high 2-2. But what are the Cardinals doing? They have got to do whatever they can to sign or trade for Michael Busch because the jerseys sell themselves. Why you didn't draft a guy named Busch, I'll never know. The 2-2. Swing, fouls it back over the first base dugout. It's even spelt the same way as Busch Stadium. So many folks would buy his jersey, they might even add Anheuser on it somewhere. The 2-2, down and away, full count. Thanks, Swisha. Swisha, if you're on X, if you hit me up on Braves Country X, I'll give you a couple of guys to follow over there that do well as far as if you're playing the ponies and what the weather's doing and whatnot. Is the pitch outside wide? So he'll head on down to first. It's a 1-out walk, and that'll bring Busch to the plate. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch to Soriano. From Soriano to Busch is swung on and rattled down the third base line. And that is a base hit. It just snuck in. And hard shot. Terrible camera work by Apple. But the ball did go down the lines. They're showing the replay. They're finally showing how it went. The ball maybe 2 inches inside. Even their camera work down the line, they lost the ball. What the hell is that guy doing? Step out for a smoke break? 2 on, 1 out. Drops one there at the knees. Start off the at-bat, Nico Horner. 1 for 2 with the single. He broke up the no-no. The perfecto his last time up. He's 1 for 2. Single, a stolen base, batting .263. He'll step out of the box for a second. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for St. Louis. 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Cubbies. Is the 0-1. Outside wide, 1-1. If you're just joining us, this was a perfect game on both sides in the 5th. And it was a scoreless game till moments ago when Suzuki hit a 3-run home run, bringing home Dansby and Taylor. The 1-1 pitch swing fouls it away. 1-2. That thing rifled, went off the screen and came back into the. You very rarely see it get hit so hard that the ball bounces back into the infield. Right in the center of the diamond, just in front of the pitcher's mound. First of all, whoever's doing that screen needs to loosen it up. Is the 1-2 pitch swing. Ball's dropped down the right field line, just foul. Walker giving chase. And can we get a 3-team trade going on here? Get Jordan Walker to Atlanta. Get Michael Busch to St. Louis. And I guess we'd have to give up Acuna. But we're probably not going to re-sign him anyway. So I'll take Jordan Walker all day long. If he's Acuna's replacement, the 1-2 pitch swing, chopper up the middle. It's going to be a 4-6-3 double play. Man, that Mason Wynn's got a cannon. That is a pretty thing to watch. We'll be back in a flash. Top of the 7th we go. 3-0. Cubbies in Wrigley.
People be like, damn, you're just so chill. I'm like, thanks, I gave up.
Lastly, before I open the bar in the morning, I always make sure to turn on the Coors sign, let people know we got Ice Delicious Coors in the bar, and then that's the last thing I do.
That sign does not say Coors.
Come outside, come outside, come outside.
Closed! It says closed!
Okay. Yeah, right, I can see that now, but, you can't really read it from the inside.
You can't read it from the outside!
All right.
Today we're going to talk about crazy stats. Both Cecil and Prince Fielder ended their careers with 319 home runs. They both made their major league debuts at the age of 21. They both had one season with 50 or more home runs, one season with 40 or more home runs, and 4 seasons with 30 or more home runs. Exactly 40% of their hits went for extra base hits, and 22% of the balls they put into play were line drives. And that's not all. They also matched each other with 97 two-out home runs, 49 fourth-inning home runs, 29 fifth-inning home runs, and 18 ninth-inning home runs.
Players like Waddell, with their drinking, with their bad acting, with their inability to take their profession seriously, they came to baseball in its early years in very large numbers because baseball, though popular, was outside social norms. The instability of a career where you might work for a year or two and then be gone, the jumping from team to team, seemed to be suited toward individuals who couldn't fit as well in the rest of society. Now, it helped in the case of Rube Waddell and many of these other sociopathic figures, that in addition to being sociopaths, they also had incredibly strong arms or very good batting eyes.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Three to nothing your score. We go to the top of the 7th. Coming to the plate is Herrera, the number 2 hitter. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way is upstairs. Taken for a strike. It's 0-1. Cubs currently lead the wild card. They got the top spot in the wild card. 6.5 game lead on the Phillies, who are the number 3 team, as the 0-1 pitch is swung on and punched over to second. It's going to be a 4-3 put out. Went away. They have a 6 game lead over the Padres. So they're sitting pretty for the wild card. Coming in 4 games back of Milwaukee. Though they haven't given up on the division, when you get back to the back end of September, you're going to start trying to line up as the first pitch swung on and whistled up the middle, but it's going to be a line drive out L6 as Dansby was standing just to the left of the second base bag, and Burleson's down on 1 pitch, 2 down. When you get to the back end of September, if the Cubs aren't running the Brewers down, if it's still a 4 or 5 game lead, you're going to start trying to set your lineup. As the first pitch to Jordan Walker. Check swing right there for a ball. It's 1-0. You're going to set that lineup, the pitching rotation, because the wild card round starts on Tuesday after the final game of the season on Sunday is the 2-0. That pitch misses. Mr. Jordan Walker at the plate from Stone Mountain, Georgia. One of our guys. Is the pitch right there at the knees, 2-1. 6'6", 250-pounder, just 24 years old. The 2-1 down and away, 3-1. I would trade Acuna for Jordan Walker straight up right now. Mainly because Walker's so much younger, and you could probably lock him into a long-term deal. He's a 3-1 right there at the knees, 3-2. And he's from Georgia. He's from right outside Atlanta. So you know he would probably give you, I'm not saying he's going to screw himself, but he's going to give you a club-friendly deal. Full count as time is called by Walker. 3-2 count. With that being said, the Cardinals would never trade Walker for Acuna. The payoff pitch, outside wide, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. Cardinals trailing. Three to nothing. And that's going to be it. It looks like Clay Holmes, they're going to come get the ball from him. He gets a standing ovation. Clay Holmes, 1 hit, 6 2/3, 1 walk, and 3 Ks. We'll be back in a flash. Ryan Rollison, the left-hander coming on for the Cubs. Runner at first, 2 outs. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch to Church. Fouled off. It's on 1. I hear what you're saying, Thane, but if you look at the schedule a little closer, they have 7 games left with Milwaukee, but the last one is on September 9th. So 2.5 weeks before the season's over. The 0-1 down and in, 1-1. So they're going to know a lot coming out of that September 9th battle. They play Milwaukee is the 1-1 pitch. Swing, fouls it away. 1-2. They play them 7 times in a 10-game span. 4 at home in Wrigley and 3 at Milwaukee. In between that, they are on the road in Miami. So, like I said before, they're going to know a lot more as the pitch down the line, smacks it foul, we'll do it again. You come out of that September 9th matchup, and let's say you're 5 games, 6 games out, you're going to start looking at, all right, it's time to start setting our lineup for the wild card series. Let's not shoot ourselves in the foot trying to chase down something. But if they're leading the division or if they're right there nipping at their heels, then that's a totally different story. The 1-2, down and away, 2-2. 2-2 count. I was trying to see if any of those lined up where we could do some of those games, but it looks like the Braves are playing the entire time. The 2-2 fouls it off. Lefty, 2-2 pitch swing, fouls it away. With 4 being in Wrigley, that's a huge series for Chicago. The 2-2 from Rollison. Kicks and fires, punches that one foul. It's going to be the 9th pitch of the at-bat. Two of these pitches have been down in a way. The other 7 have been up and in. The 2-2, swing, punches that one foul. That one went down the third base line, very close to being a fair ball. Third base ball boy. So he's wearing a gray shirt and gray pants. Everything about him is gray except for like a it's a Cubs hat. I thought his glove, because it was bright, it looked like he's a bigger kid. I thought he had a brown paper lunch in his hands. Fouls that one away. So a 2-2 count. Or who that was. They were showing someone throwing out the first pitch today in Wrigley, if anybody knows who that was. The 2-2 swing, lifts it high and deep into left field, and that's going to end the inning. F7 in your scorecard. We will go to the bottom of the 7th. Time to get up and stretch here in Wrigley. Righty-righty matchup. Start the bottom of the 7th. Cubs lead it 3-0. Peter Strzelecki comes on, the right-hander. The 1-0 pitch misses down and away, 2-0. Carson Kelly at the plate. He'll be followed by Happen Tyrone Taylor as the 2-0 pitch swing. Baltimore chopper back to the mound, has to hurry. High throw, and he's safe. He is safe. It was a high throw. Burleson couldn't find the bag after reaching for that ball. And it's going to be an infield single. I don't think you would give an error there. That was a... Well, I don't know. They may... He had much more time because it was Carson Kelly, the catcher, running. Anybody not named Sean Murphy or Carson Kelly running right there is probably going to be beat the throw out regardless. First pitch on the way is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. They gave it a base hit. Usually on a Baltimore chopper, they just give you the base hit if you beat it out because you might have hurried your throw because of it. Man, that is, I'll tell you what, they're showing a different replay now. That's extremely close. That's good old-fashioned tie goes to the runner right there. It was that close. 1-1 pitch, outside high and wide. Ball 2-2, and Ian Happ the batter. Taylor on deck, Swanson in the hole. You took the over. You need some runs here because the Cubs, if it stands right now, will not bat in the 9th. The 2-1 pitch misses. Ball 3-3. I don't know if anybody in here is in our fantasy football league for the radio show, but if so, let me know. I can tell you where you're drafting. The 3-1 pitch. Swing, chops it over to first. Burleson kind of fumbled the ball there for a second. By the time he got it, he had no chance to turn 2. So it's going to be a G3 runner from first, makes it down to second, 1 away. Thank you, Hedge. First pitch right there for a strike to Tyrone Taylor. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Inside, brushes him back, 1-1. Yeah, I think Carson Kelly's extremely underrated as a hitting catcher. Nobody ever talks about him, but he's always solid, right there around the 250, 260 range. The pitch is swung on and popped up high into left field. And coming in making the catch out there is the left fielder Furman. 2 down. We're in a bit of a renaissance there for catchers where you're getting much more good hitting catchers all around Major League Baseball, so that's got something to do with it. But he's always been solid, even back when he was at Arizona. Back when it was slim pickings in fantasy baseball world, I had Carson Kelly on my team many years. First pitch on the way is looked like the sweeper there for a strike. It's 0-1. It was a sweeper. It doesn't have the typical sweeper movement. It's almost a slider. The 0-1 pitch outside wide. 1-1. That was his traditional curveball. 1-1 count. Brings it. Swing, pops it up. High and deep into left field, going back at the ivy, making the catch for a loud out number 3. He gave that baby a ride, and that wind is blowing out to left. We'll be back in a flash. 8th inning we go here in Wrigley.
106 miles to Chicago. We've got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
I have come here to chew bubble gum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubble gum.
It's happy hour.
When wins become losses
And losses become wins. You guys going to happy hour? I'll come for a couple. Just a couple, though. Not like last time.
I need a drink.
When buying a beer, buying only one beer can cause a misalignment in your spine due to the uneven weight distribution. This can cause unnecessary back pain and potential spine issues. To prevent this, carry 2 beers, ensuring your body is balanced and proper health maintained.
Afternoon, everybody.
Put my pants on, one leg at a time.
Does Barry Manilow know that you raid his wardrobe?
Guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
You're in Braves country.
Everybody drink a beer.
Salute. They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to.
This stinks!
Pretty soon we're going to be communist country.
This is total BS!
Yeah. I'm in the Lord. You gotta understand it. We're on a mission from God.
I'm on the radio every day!
If you want to stop me, you're going to have to kill me!
And you, music lover, you're next.
You're so drunk you can't hit nothing. In fact, you're probably seeing double.
I have 2 guns, one for each of you.
Welcome back, Mason Wynn. Set to face Ryan Jefferhan. 3.93 ERA from the right-hander. 79 strikeouts in 55 innings. First pitch is upstairs for a strike. It's 0-1. Yeah, I wouldn't give up quite yet. Who was saying that? Tread. They got the top of the order coming up, and especially if Cardinals don't score here, they're not going to cook their bullpen in a game they trail by 3. There's a flyover going on. We got a bit of a delay. I'm not sure if that was. It doesn't appear that was scheduled. The 0-1. Outside wide, 1-1. Couldn't make it out because it was a dark screen when they flashed up there, but it almost looked like, yeah, that's a jet. It's not a commercial airplane. The 1-1 fouls it off 1-2. So a 1-2 count. What are you talking about, JC? Something about no. 1-2. Lifted. No, he's swinging and a miss. What was he looking at? He swung and he missed. He was looking up towards left field. I thought maybe he got a hold of it. Maybe he was looking to see if there are any more airplanes flying over. Why did you bring up Go Knowles? First pitch right there for a strike. It's 0-1. I mean, I'll never disagree with that, but why was that a thing? The 0-1 count. Outside wide, 1-1. It's starting to get to the point where you say go Knowles and take the NIL transfer portal with you. I'm tired of keeping up with that nonsense. The 1-1 count, swing, fouls it back. assuming this is another fighter jet that's flying over Wrigley, unless they're showing a replay again. I can't keep up with Apple because they do a bad job of letting you know that it's a replay. The 1-2. High and out of the zone, 2-2. I'm assuming that's a second fighter jet, unless it's the same one doing circles. I don't know. The 2-2 count, outside wide, 3-2. Payoff pitch, swing, hit hard on the ground. That ball is scalded through the hole, and it's a one-out single for the St. Louis Cardinals. Good hard hit ball there. See if that gets them going. Torres now 1 for 3 on the day. That'll bring Furman to the plate. He's 1 for 2, batting .242, and Prieto is in the hole, and he makes Hassan Kim look like Ty Cobb. He's batting .033, the man in the hole right now. Or excuse me, just moved to the on-deck circle. So you're definitely not bunting anybody over in scoring position for that guy. First pitch is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. 0-2, excuse me. The 0-2 count. Brings it in the dirt. 1-2. There's no telling, Thane. That's above my pay grade. The 1-2 pitch, swing, fouls it away. I was watching the news this morning, and financial news, this guy had his guest is making, is the 1-2 pitch, swing, fouls it back. He's making drones, affordable drones that can carry, and he tried to word it as, well, you can carry whatever you want, but it can carry a bomb, is what it can carry, is the 1-2. Steps off the bump for a second. So anyways, they're bragging about how cheap it is, and they keep talking. And I'm like, if they don't step in and stop just anyone from buying, you're going to have neighbors dropping those on each other because they're mad that the other one stole their newspaper. They always say, it never happened, and then it happens. Runner at first, 1 out. So that's another one that's going by. You almost wonder if it's the same one just doing circles for whatever reason. 1-2 count. Turns and kicks. Swing, fouls it away. The 1-2. Out and away, 2-2. Got 2 more of these Wrigley Fridays lined up. 2 weeks from today against Cincinnati, and then September 11th, the last Friday Wrigley game, day game. The 2-2 outside wide, full count. Going to be squaring up, I believe it's the Pirates. The payoff pitch, outside wide, ball 4. And so a long at bat, what was that, 9 pitches. Runners at first and second, one out. Chicago Cubs pitching coach Tom Hottovy making his way out to the mound. Big spot here for the Cards because you're bringing the tying run to the plate as Jacob Webb starts to warm up in the pen for the Cubbies. It looks like he just got up. I think we're going to get a pinch hitter. Or are we? Can't make out that number. No, that is Prieto. Okay. Standing on deck is the top of the order. I know they're big on this kid, but batting .033, it's kind of unthought of nowadays, but you'd almost be tempted to drop a bunt here. Is the first pitch right there for a strike. It's 0-1. To move the runners to second and third and give the top of the order a chance to knock them in, but you wouldn't see that in today's baseball. The 0-1 count. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. J.J. Weatherholt standing on deck. Herrera is in the hole. Weatherholt with 16 home runs on the year. Herrera with 13. The 0-2 pitch. High and out of the zone. Pitch out territory. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Swing, pops it up. Lazy fly ball into center field. One away, or two away, excuse me. I'm trying to look that up on. I'm talking about Jacob Webb. When did he leave? Was that 2000? Yeah. 21 was his last year in Atlanta. I hated when they got rid of Jacob Webb. I always thought he was really good. He was a part of that night shift. He was the unsung part of it, but he was a part of that night shift. First pitch misses outside for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Top of the zone, 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Kicks and fires right there at the knees. 1-2. Yeah, they're not paper airplanes, buddy. The 1-2 count. Wrigley, the fans stand at their feet. The 1-2. Check, swing. Did he go around? He did. Strike three. Big out there by Zephyr Hahn. Will go to the bottom of the eighth. 3-0, Cubbies.
This is the best tip for saving money as an adult.
Lay the down and try not to move.
Hey, can somebody explain to me how I can still remember my childhood phone number but can't remember my Gmail password to save my life?
Say the weird thing.
All the vowels in Celine Dion's name are the same vowels you sing in Old MacDonald in the correct order. I know this, and now you know this too.
So parenting is a whole lot like pancakes. For the most part, they're going to turn out fine, but you should probably apologize to the first one.
Hey, y'all kids got it made today. Y'all slides is made out of plastic. Ours is made out of aluminum foil and platinum. Real talk, the younger generation, y'all take a walk in our shoes. Imagine sliding down this slide with shorts on in the middle of the day. Ew, he left his ass up there. You ever got to the bottom of this slide and shock somebody and they cry and go tell the teacher? Now you got to sit down in ISS for no reason. Talk about you go too fast with the wrong kind of clothes. The back of your leg look like baked chicken. That had to been the most dangerous thing on the playground. We used to try to show off in front of the girls and run up this slide. Tell one of my classmates try to run up with some slippery shoes and he left his face on them. This ain't nothing but a big spoon.
Commissioner Ford Frick was alarmed by all the big hitting that year. The Yankees had slugged an all-time record 240 home runs, and now he overreacted. He convinced the club owners to widen the strike zone to ensure that home runs did not come too cheaply. The result would be a golden age for pitchers.
Oh, a genius. Perhaps the only pitcher I have ever seen, and certainly broadcast, where after one batter, I would think he might pitch a no-hitter tonight. The only one. He was the only one who would go out to warm up, and he would get applause similar to a symphony conductor who had just walked on stage. It was such respect as well as admiration. I don't think we'll see his likes for a long time.
His name was Sandy Koufax.
Righty-lefty matchup. Crow Armstrong. Fouls the 1-0 away. It's 1-1. Cubs 3, Cardinals nothing. The 1-1. Turns and kicks. Fouls that deep into the stands over the third base dugout. The 1-2. Lifted. High and deep into left field. The wind's pushing it out, even though PCA's putting on a bit of a temper tantrum. F7 in your scorecard. One away. Not that that's out of character for him, but Seiya Suzuki, the man of the hour, a 3-run homer his last time up, takes the first pitch outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0 right there for a strike, 1-1. The 1-1 swing, rips it down the right field line. That's down for a base hit. That's going to be extra bases. Here comes the throw from Walker, but Suzuki's in with the sliding double. So it's funny that I think it was the first pitch upstairs for a strike. It's 0-1. Thane was talking about Zephyrion's last name. It's pronounced Zephyryon in the rest of the world, but evidently he pronounces it Zephyr John. Is the pitch right there for a strike. It's 0-2. But that's not abnormal for Americans to change the pronunciation. But if you're in Germany, it's all Jans. The 0-2 fouls it back. 1-2. Thanks for the heads up. I've known a couple of Zephyr Johns in my life, and I just assumed. Normally I look those up, but the 0-2 count. Down and away, 1-2. Alex Bregman, 0 for on the day, flew out in a walk. That wind's pushing to left. The pitch, swing, pops it back foul. Chase one off the plate. Man, there are a lot of birds flying. I don't think I've mentioned it, but there are a lot of birds flying in Wrigley in the field of play today. I don't know if it's got anything to do with that, with the jets that keep going over over Wrigley Field, but they have been. I'm waiting for is the 1-2 pitch, swing, pop up. Lazy fly ball into center, and there's 2 down. That'll bring Michael Busch to the plate. Who was it that hit the bird? Winfield? Waiting for another Dave Winfield moment. Or Randy Johnson when he got the years later when Randy Johnson was throwing the ball. But I haven't seen them in the path of the pitcher yet. But they have been flying as I speak. There goes another one. Maybe 5 to 6 feet over the head of the pitcher. Just a little behind him. First pitch right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Everybody keeps wanting more runs. Wouldn't that be something if a damn bird knocks your ball down? Moving your bat. Oh, oof. The 0-1 turns and spins back. That would definitely do me in. That would be my luck. That's why I don't bet like I used to when I was much, much younger. The 0-1 up top, misses high. 1-1. We still do the betting show, and I still do a little bit, but not to the degree. When I was younger, we used to do much, much bigger stakes. Armchair Quarterback Show does come back. Hey, it's 2 weeks from tonight. The 1-1 outside wide, 2-1. 6 o'clock Eastern on Friday nights ahead of Braves baseball. We're going to be bringing you the Armchair Quarterback Show. Let's see if I've got. There it is. The 2-1 count. Inside, ball 3-1. Standing on deck is Horner. He's 1 for 3. Michael Busch is 1 for 3. The 3-1 pitch. Up high and out of the zone. Ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. Two on, 2 out. And Nico Horner looking to try to break this one wide open. 1 for 3 on the day. He got the hit parade started for both teams in the 5th inning. We had a perfect game on both sides, and Horner just kind of punched one to right field, a dying quail over the head of the second baseman, Weatherholt. Since then, Cubbies have put 3 on the board, 6 hits, no errors. St. Louis, no runs, 2 hits, no errors. Righty-righty matchup, first pitch. Good little bender there at the knees. It's 0-1. Went with the sweeper. The 0-1. Outside wide. Missing with that curve, 1-1. First and second, 2 out, so they'll be running at the crack of the bat. The 1-1 pitch, swing! Punches it down the line, foul, 1-2. Peter Strzelecki trying to get out of this jam. 2 on, 2 out. A 1-2. Dixon fires, swing, chopper up the middle. That should do it. 6-4 on the putout, and that'll end the inning. So, Cubs threaten but fail to score. We go to the top of the ninth. In a 3-run game, Jacob Webb entering the game.
Do you want me to get you a drink?
No, it's 8:30 in the morning. What is wrong with you?
But we're at the airport.
Oh, that's right. No, I already have one. I'm good. Thanks.
Here are some baseball facts that you might not have known. Why does Kenley Jansen wear the number 74? Jansen was one of the best closers of the 2010s, but things haven't always been good for Kenley. When he was 12, his father suffered a stroke and he couldn't work anymore. As a result, his mother Bernadette had to work day and night to support the family. She would tell Kenley and his siblings that everything was okay when they were actually in deep financial troubles. Kenley knew about the family's issues, so he promised her he would do everything he could to fix their problems. At the age of 17, Jansen was a catcher and he signed with the Dodgers. He had a good arm but was struggling at the plate, so the Dodgers turned him into a pitcher. In 2011, the Dodgers gave him a major league contract worth $416,000. With no hesitation, Kenley sent the money to his family back in Curacao in order to help pay off the home's mortgage. That house in Curacao is on Kaya Kokolishi 74, and Jansen wears the number 74 to honor his family and his roots.
Hey Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
In 1904, Waddell struck out 349 batters, a record for American League left-handers, but he was just too hard to handle. Though he was one of the greatest pitchers in baseball, his unreliability infuriated his teammates, and he was driven out of the big leagues and then out of the minors. Waddell contracted tuberculosis, helping victims of a flood, and died on April 1st, 1914, at the age of 37.
Top of the ninth inning in a 3-run game. Save situation. Herrera coming to the plate. Edwin Diaz has been struggling mightily, Brandon, since coming back. I don't understand how this guy has not been suspended by Major League Baseball. Jacob Webb, first pitch is upstairs for a strike. It's 0-1. You better believe if he played for anybody but the Dodgers, Diaz would have to face at least some form of suspension. The 0-1. Swing, rips it into left field. That's down for a base hit, and it's a leadoff single for the Cardinals. I was reading something this morning, and basically what they were saying was the Dodgers are going to let Diaz work through his troubles, because he has been struggling since he came back, but realized he didn't pitch much at the beginning of the year before he went on the IL. And then that report came out as the first pitch on the way, swung on, fouled away. It's 0-1. That he is involved in some form of cockfighting ring. Is the 0-1 pitch, swing, fouls it away, it's 0-2. And he bragged about how, well, it's legal where I'm from, so it's okay, and they come to find out it's not legal, and Major League Baseball has done nothing about it. So an 0-2 count. And I'm like, I remember someone by the name of Michael Vick that got twisted up in something very similar, and he went to prison for it. The 0-2 pitch is a line drive bouncer. We're going to get a good diving stop over there by Dansby. He flips it to Bregg, who steps on the third base bag, but no chance of getting Burleson breaking it down the line. So it's 1 out. The ball is scalded. That was a great stop by Dansby. And he was falling to the ground, and that's an underrated delivery. I know he's a Major League shortstop, But to be laying flat on your back and to shovel it to second base, and he hit him in stride, that is not easy to do. No, it's not legal, Brandon. But he said he thought it was. At the time he was talking about it, he thought it was. Because he was shooting his mouth off to the press. And then immediately people went and searched it. They go, that's not legal there. Because the 0-1 swing and a miss, it's 0-2. So he's been on the IL for like 2 months. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Fastball a little off the plate. Walker misses it, and there's 2 down. He's from Puerto Rico, and I thought it was odd when he first said it. When I was busy at the time, I didn't have time to look it up, but I saw it live on the, he was being interviewed, and him saying that it was legal. I was like, well, that's odd because they are property of the United States, so it's kind of weird. And then sure enough, some people came in and broke it and said it's not legal. First pitch is a strike, and Burleson will take second base. Defensive indifference and no stolen base there. Cardinals down to their last out. The 0-1 pitch, high and out of the zone, 1-1. Yeah, but it's not legal thing. I mean, it's no. Negative Ghost Rider. The 1-1 count, if you get busted, you are busted. The 1-1 swing fouls it down the line, 1-2. You can say that about anything. But the fact that he's not getting any kind of suspension is just wild. Because they pushed it under, like they've done a lot of stories, went to the Dodgers. The 1-2 in the dirt, 2-2. They're both illegal. I don't know what y'all are smoking. Whatever you're smoking is probably not legal. The 2-2. Swing! That ball's lifted high down the right field line. Making a running catch is the second baseman. Very shallow right field, and that'll end the game. Cubs win. Cubs win 3-0. 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors. St. Louis, no runs, 3 hits, no errors. And the Cubs will go to 72-51. The Cardinals will fall to 61-61, a 500 record. We will see you tonight, 7 o'clock Eastern. Braves and D-backs. Couple of teams in the playoff hunt.
Goodbye, sweetheart, well, it's time to go. We're back tomorrow with another show. Well, unless we're fired, we'll talk to you then. Goodbye, sweetheart, goodbye. Goodbye.
Guys and gals, it's time to go. We'll see you on the next show.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
It's closing time, y'all. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Have a great one. On your way out, please like and subscribe. And don't forget to tip your favorite bartender. We'll see you. I'm Mac McGee, signing off for Braves Country Radio.